Good news. I just fixed everything for GTA 5. There's still some copyright in there, but it's no longer banned in Russia. Hooray for Russia! You got your thing back. You're welcome. Anyway, it's time to continue some Minesweeper. Yesterday we unlocked the A variant, which was the Anti-Knight, which is by far one of my favorite variants we've ever seen. And I just uploaded a video about my reaction to Minecraft Live, so if you're a fan of Minecraft, if you're interested in my thoughts on that, you should go check out that video. It should be up very soon. Actually, it should be up by the time you're seeing this, but I'm not going to go over any of it because, let's be honest, if I did that, again, it would just be the exact same video. So, if you're interested, go check out the video. Anyway, let's do the intro. Welcome back, everybody, to Minesweeper. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I gotta get a bit of this done. Then I'm going to my first video that I've been wanting to upload for so long for Minecraft. And then once I get that done, hopefully I'll be very close on that title of not only being done with Clipchamp, yay, Pure DaVinci, finally! But also, I can finally record Minecraft again, because I've been wanting to build stuff in there. And I'm trying to get other ideas now, and I have a headache. It doesn't help when you watch Wipeout, and you're yelling and laughing all the time in there, because people making a fool out of themselves. I can't believe Hulu is streaming all of Wipeout. And I don't mean the new one with, God, who is it? Thinking. It's, Dwayne Johnson. Is that it? No, it's not Dwayne Johnson. That's The Rock. It's, John Cena. That's it. John Cena. Because I loved Wipeout as a kid, and I still love it to this day. So when I saw it was, they were remaking it, I was immediately there. But I'm not gonna lie, I think the original was better. And I'm so glad I can go on Hulu and I can just watch the crap out of it. It is by far one of my favorite things to stream, just like Mythbusters is. So I was just so stoked when Hulu was doing it. All 7 seasons. Right now, I'm like, I think on episode 5, and it is just a blast to watch. It is like watching a history moment. It's just, I love it. I don't know what else to say but that. And yeah, I have ads on, but I actually feel like they fit in perfectly, so I'm okay with it. Anyway, I think this spot's safe, because if either this or this was a mine, this spot would be in danger. So that's safe. 1, does it have to go with a 2? I don't know. The only way it wouldn't is if this happened. So all right, very interesting. Even more interesting is how that works. And then this one is like that. Of course, there are other things you can do. Like for 1, if this was a mine, what happens? This becomes safe. This is safe. This is safe. Shoot, I went over too much. This is safe. This is safe. And then these become safe as well. And then this 2 has to be finished here. All right, we noticed a few similarities with this. So that's cool. That's really neat. Let me do a different one. Where... Actually, that's the only spot I can prove that is a mine. So let me try and see why I can't do this. Okay. So, no matter what I'm hearing, this has to be a mine. And then After that, I can just implement a few safe areas like this. Okay, one of those are mine. Let me just clear some of this up. Because one of these is mine, this one would be complete, so all these are safe. One of those is mine, and then no matter what, it's going to definitely go with this one. So in fact, this has to be mine. Then this one will be complete by the 2, so this is all clear. What else? This one go, Egler? There you go. Got some good progress. All right, let's do the night check. Safe, safe. That's all I got. That's all I got. All right. How about this one? What if it was here? That's it. That's all that happens. Make an illegal 3. So that is not mine. Nice. All right. L shape. And this is in our L shape, so this is a mine. And then that's safe. It's one or the other. One or the other. What if it's here? This happens. So let's try it the other way. What if this is a mine? All right, good. We got one spot that's in common. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, we can do one more. Try and implement it here again. Ah, this one becomes unsatisfied. There we go. L shape. Oh, just clear it. Thank you. I think we're just going to do it anti-unite today. And then as well as a bit of the triplet. The triplets reverse, I mean. I don't know. What's a good name for it? Because, like, last we checked, the triplet comma or colon or whatever, it's the opposite of the triplet variant, which is like no 3 in a rows. And instead, it's only 3 in a rows. So, you know, what do we call it? I think I'll just call it the reverse triplet. It seems to make the most sense to me. So, yeah. L shape here. So if this was a mine, then you have to do 3 more. I don't know. Only one here and only one here. That confirms that this 2 would only have one of these be a mine, which means if one of those is mine, one of these is a mine. Interesting how that works. Let's try both ways. Oopsie. There we go. Oh, interesting. They're both on the same side. All right. L here. That's safe. That's safe. 3 is unsatisfied, so this can't be a mine. All right, what else? It could be either or, actually. Like, it doesn't really matter. Let's see if it was here. All right, this is safe. This is safe. This is safe. All right, interesting. This spot is like in accordance to 2 mines, so that's something to note. Let's try it the other way. All right, that spot's always safe. A 2. Well, we know for a fact one of those is mine, so this 2 is according to this 3. All 3 of these are safe. There you go. All right, what else is safe? Nice. 3. I see an L shape here, so these are both mines. Very good, very good, very good. 2 mines remaining. 1 goes here. 1 goes with the 3. That's safe. Also, this is safe. I was really hoping this would tell me more. At least I got an L here I can work with. What else can I work with? Ah, this L. I was beginning to think that there was no way to solve that. I think I can do this without the drawing right now. Because if this was a mine, this spot's in question. Same thing if this is a mine. This spot's in question. So this is safe. Alright. That one was definitely needed. Interesting how only one of those spots can only do anything. Also, you gotta note that this is an L and this is an L as well. That's interesting. Well, there's gotta be like a way to determine it purely. We just go through the entire pacing of this. Alright, one of those is a mine, so this is always a mine. None of those form an L, so that's good. Alright, that's just the basics. So now let's do it the other way. Ah, that spot's in question, so that's safe. Alright. We have another simple L here, so this is always a mine. 2 more spots that are always safe. Question mark. Very helpful. Very helpful. Alright. What else? I'm not noticing anything else. Yeah, none of those are like in questioning of each other. So let's just start all the way over from scratch. Alright, didn't do anything. We got the L here, so again, this is a mine. And nothing else pops in the head. So I think I'll go off of my other one. See what happens if I do this. We got the L there. Whoopsie daddle. Alright. Nothing else happens here, though. That's annoying. Yeah, I don't really understand what I'm supposed to do here. Maybe I gotta, like, go really far extended on this. Because there's just too many things that can happen. Like, I think I'll just go full throttle right now. Like, before I was just going simple mode. Now it's time to actually go extreme. Alright, so that's the first thing. Now, what if we went this way? This 2 is complete. This 3 is underwhelmed. Ergo, we cannot do that. Alright. Just making sure. Yep, that is back to where we were. So, this spot can't be a mine. This spot is a mine. Now that's something we can utilize because now we're not going off of a pattern that's like a 50-50. This is a guaranteed. Perfect. I wonder if it'll do the same thing for the red. Ah, look at that. We already found something. Just because that was an X there. So that means that spot would never be a mine. That's really good to note. Alright, what else? Well, that's the L here. Ah, this spot's always a mine. Which means these are always safe. That is incredible. That really helps a lot. Alright, what else? Either this or this would be the mine. What if it was here? Those become blocked off again. And then this has to be a mine? I don't know what that would look like. What if this was a mine? That becomes blocked off. And then only one of those could be a mine. Not really seeing any problems with this, so let's just try it. Alright. Is this 3 doing anything? No. This 2 has to go like that, though. Alright, that didn't do anything. Let me try it the other way. I cannot. Because of this 2. Oh. Alright, that's interesting. So, that means there are only 2 ways to do it. So this is safe, and this is safe. Damn, we have a lot revealed, and still we have no clue which one it is. That just tells you how hard this is. Let's start with the 1 again. Ah! This is always a mine. Still nothing to be revealed. Anything I can do here? No, everything's already been revealed, unfortunately. So I can only, like, do a guess here. And I could only do a guess here, and then it would continue that way. I don't know. Maybe if I tried the other way? This does more, but also doesn't get me that far after this. It gets you quite far, though. You gotta admit that. So. Ah, this spot's in question because of this 3. You gotta remember things like that. There are certain tricks like that in the, like, the L corners, what I want to call it. Because if this was a mine, this spot's in question. And if this was a mine, this spot's in question. I had to try. I had to try. Same thing goes here. At least one of these is going to be mine, so this is safe. You think you're going to get it, and then you just don't. Stupid. Really stupid. At least one of these is going to be mine, so what would be in question? Well, if this was mine, this would be in question, but that doesn't have to matter. One thing I really want to know is, like, if this pattern's possible. Because this would involve this being a mine right here. Nope, it's broken. So that's safe. Oh my god. What the shit? Jesus. That is just nutty. That is really nutty. What the hell? Dude, good god. Oh. I think I just gotta do this again. Until I find something. If this was a mine or this was mine, this spot's in question. Nothing else I can determine. Yeah, nothing else I can determine. I like how far this one gets you, but then it sort of stops after right here. One of those would be a mine, so this is a... Aha! There you go, I proved it. Safe. Motherfucker, you gotta be kidding me. What the shit, dude? God damn. There is no avoiding the inevitable. I really think I gotta just guess at this point. So I'm going to try this again. But now, as you can see, we're kind of stuck. I'm just going to say, what if I put it here? Actually, let me just... That way it's easier to erase if I'm, like, wrong. Everything over here has just been absolutely destroyed. Nothing going on over here. Maybe the mine count can help me. 8 left. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5. Nah, there's too many spots left. Dude, that sucks. Jeez. Wait, I did the 2 wrong over here. I did this 2 wrong. Yeah, but what does it matter? Like, I would go here. Because this is already done. Alright. Still didn't do anything. Seriously. Sheesh. Alright, let's try the same. And this time... We're going to this X. And this is not a mine then. Which means this is always a mine, which is interesting to note. But, look at this. This cross X interferes with it. So the red is untrue. Very interesting. So this is just the permanent solution for if you go that way. Okay, that's something I can utilize. Just making them bigger so it's obvious. You know, they stand out. Alright, so that is the one solution. And then I'll do blue for the other one, just because I already marked it with red so it might get confusing. Actually, no, I could just erase it and then do red. Yeah. Alright, there we go. Now I can use red. So now red would be this. Nothing similar yet. Nothing similar. was I with this? This 2's done. This spot's always safe. Now I can do this 3. Now I can mark this as a mine as well. Now I also can mark this as a mine, which coincidentally allows me to mark this as safe. Oh man, that's where you're supposed to go. Holy moly. As awesome as this is, this only reveals this spot, actually. Never mind. 1 to 2, Perrin. You can do that easily. Like so. One mine remaining. It's right here. That was quite an onslaught. I feel like there's like something to be utilized here. Is there? I don't know. What if I said none of these touch with the 3? All right. Oh my god. Oh my god. I see now why you say 10 mines remain. What the heck? Oh my god. Damn. I barely... I'm not... That's already using 5 mines, but jeez, oh Pete, that's a lot of space you get cleared up. Alright, let's try another one. Where if I said this was a mine... automatically know that's safe, but... What if I say it was somewhere else, like here? Alright. Interesting. A few spots over here are kind of in question of each other. Nice. Let's keep seeing how far this goes. So the last one I can do of this being a mine is if this is a mine. Alright. That spot's always in question, but that makes sense because of what's going on. Okay, 1 and 1. This spot's always mine. That's interesting. Which means we got a lot of spaces over here that are always, like, in their own questioning line. I can't prove anything else with this blue, unfortunately, though. So that's a shame. Alright, now we're going on to the idea if this wasn't a mine. And if it's here, then this is the only other way to do it. Alright, this spot's still in questioning, so that's something we could probably use. Oh, this 3 is underwhelmed, so purple is not possible. Alright, so that is not a mine. Let's try this way. Alright, so anything marked in the white, like right here, that's always safe. Oh, and also this was already marked off, so this should be safe too. Well, now let's not risk that. Yeah, I don't think that spot was always in question, so... That's all the spots I can see that were done, though. Alright, I think I just gotta reset it. Alright, so these are in the L shape, so that's safe. I don't know which one it would be, but it doesn't really tell me which one it would be, so that's all I can do there. Alright, next one. See how far this one can go. Okay. Everything's still working. Can't prove anything with that 3, but, you know, it's fine. Alright, this spot's in questioning so far. 1 to 2. These spots are in questioning. This spot's also in questioning. It doesn't prove anything with the 3 either. Does it? Nah, it doesn't. There's too many things you can already do with it, so. Alright, that breaks it there, so that's never a mine. Well, at least it can't be a mine just on its own without that being a mine. So purple proves nothing. White's the real deal breaker, and it has to be in accordance to these ones I marked off. Alright, interesting. Not proving any of the marked off ones, though. That's annoying. Not unless I said that this wouldn't be a mine. That's the only way I could do it. So let's try it. Let's say it's not a mine. Where would it go then? It could go here. It could go here. I think we just gotta try it. Like if it goes here. Oh, interesting. This one becomes there then. Huh. Oh, also that spot's in question. Okay, so that's interesting. And suppose you could also say, like, this does technically work. Yeah, and a definitive double here. That's really interesting. Hmm. All right. Oh, this is just always defined here. There. All right, so do I start it over? I don't know. Yeah, man, let's just start over. It's getting complicated. Let's just try and make it easier on my eyes, you know? Just the simple, basic one. Jeez, there's so many spots over here. Look at this lineup. Good God, what the heck? What happened here in the lineup? Oh, wow. Damn. What? Shit. Look at this. Look at this. I found 9 by doing this. This is a crazy ass lineup. This is an insane lineup. Like right there. That's what I would do for my thumbnail. That right there. That's what I would find as a really sweet thumbnail. If it weren't for the fact that there's probably like other moments that we'll find. That's just an incredible picture. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Just I love that, man. I'm gonna use part of that. It's incredible. All right. So next idea was this. There's gonna be some similarities somewhere. All right, interesting. And then this would have to be mine here. Okay, a lot of good stuff that got proved over here, which is cool. Not as fun as a parent, but it's still pretty interesting as a parent. I did that wrong. Man, if I do it wrong, I gotta just do the whole thing over at that point. Like, maybe you could argue that you don't need to. But come on, let's be honest. That was a lot I drew. If I could remember all that at that point, that would be crazy. Oh, man. All right, next one. Let's try and be careful this time. Let's try and be extra careful and diligent. I love how this one just proves nothing at the start. And then you get to the next one, it's like, oh, wow, look at it. Go, we got some other stuff to prove. Yeah, and it's a 2-2, so it's not going to matter. All right, next one. The spot's in question. All right, we got an L there, so these are both good to go. Question there. Oh, we got an L here, so this is good here. More questioning here. Lots of good questioning. I don't know where it would go. Yeah, that's all I can like try and prove right here. All right, and I'm pretty sure we already proved that that's not working ever, so let's just move on to the next one. All right, still being proved correct, so that's awesome. It's all three again. This three and this three again? What? No, that can't be it. Look, this three is broken. So this purple is impossible. So that can't be a mine without that being a mine, ever. Noted. Only one method left, and it's right here. So anything being proved with the white that's been proved with the blue is good. Like this one right here. It revealed so much good stuff, guys. It's incredible how much that revealed. The fuck was that? Okay. Well, only one of those is going to be mine, so this part's in question. Revealed so much good stuff. So good. You gotta love it. At least one of these is going to be mine, so this spot would be in question, but that doesn't work ever, so. Well, at least one of these has to be mine, so this spot's in question. That's something I can use. There you go. That's something I can use. Like now if I go over here, I feel like a lot of things change. Actually, no, nothing changes. Except I got a guaranteed way that I know how to do this. So that's cool. And then everything else is just safe. That's a crazy pattern right there. Imagine that's like the actual solution. That would be nuts. All right, keep going. Alright. Only one of those are mine? That's something I can do with a 3. Also, it proves that these are safe, so that's nice. Can't do anything else with that information, though, I don't think. Alright, moving on to the blue. I don't know if this will be possible, but we will see. Okay, 1 and those were both in an L, so these had to be done here. Okay, so this entire section is in question right here. This spot's also in question right here as being a mine. Which leaves these 3 in question. And then this is in question. Alright, cool, cool, cool. We already proven that this can't be a mine without this being a mine. So there's already one variant left. There's only one method left, and it's right here. Only one of these can be a mine. Doesn't do anything good. I think I just gotta go for it. Like, if it was here, which would put these in a suspect. Yeah, but it doesn't do anything else but say that this can't be it. Ah, which actually helps this one along its tracks. Alright, alright. It does technically help here. And then it does this. That's all I can prove, though, right now. Ah, that purple also goes with this blue again. Very fun how that works. Very fun. Alright. It's not 3 yet. Now it's 3. Okay, there we go. Right. The white is our last way to do this. So anything that white does not share with the blue-purple ratio is immediately wrong. Alright, well, we proved this one, so let's say it's broken. Let's say it was here instead. Alright, we get the same thing with this one over here. So it looks like this and this and this are good. And it also turns out that the one will be completed here. So all these are also safe. Very fun start. Awesome. And it revealed a 2. Oh, wait, there's a 0. Oh. There you go. Now we got something. Now we got something. Still not too far. You know, it's so sad now because it just disproved my first method that I really wanted to come true. It's actually really upsetting to me to see it go. I was really hoping that was going to be the solution. Because now I can't do it. Oh, it's so sad. Oh, that's so sad. All right, so I did actually prove one thing. I proved from time and time again that the only way you could do this was with this idea. Now that that's disproved, I also just proved that this can never be a mine. Awesome. And now I just disproved this 3 thing. So now there's only one method left. This one, which is again disproven. This is safe. L shape. What else? I don't know which one it is. I just know it's one of them. What if it's here? We got a broken little thing right here. So this is safe. Nice. The 1 now intact goes with the 3, so this is safe. There you go. Wow, that was a good level. Definitely, hands down, very solid level through and through. Okay, we are starting with a lot of zeros right now. Two and this 2 goat egg there. Alright, cool. One of those are mine. Safe, safe. There's so many zeros, bro. L shape, safe. Safe. L shape. Safe. That was sad. That was pathetic. Give me something harder. Pathetic. I didn't even use the pen the whole time. That was just sad. Just a waste. Alright, this one. Actually, I can prove this is safe. L, L, bam. That's all I can prove. At least I did something with it. First, I want to prove where the blank is. Like, if the blank was here, and that was a safe spot. Okay. That's cool. Very fun. Now let's prove the blank was not there, and let's just move up to here. Alright, didn't do too much more. Did not mean to do that. One thing I think is interesting, though, is that these have a relation with this space. So I'll mark that off just technically by elimination rules. And then you'd also get this space, but I'm not going to mark it because it's not anywhere around the yellow, so I think we're good. All right, anything being proven here, here, or here, or here, any of those 4 is immediately, well, yeah, right here. What? Unless that was an X. No, wait, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Approved that. Right? So I accidentally. Okay. Okay. No, I'm not racing. I'm not racing. Okay, look. I'm not gonna lie. I think that one got covered up. So can we just forget that one never happened? Good. Good. All right. So this, 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 and then this 3. Well, it can't be here again, so that's something I can prove. Haha, see, I knew what I'm doing. And then this would have to be mine. Ah, the blue doesn't work. You know what that means? This is mine. All right, there we go. Shit, okay. I didn't realize you were going to be that sensitive on it, but okay. I don't think the one has to go with a 3. Because, like, you can just mark these off both. All right, what's next? Huge ass L over here, like really big. So, Well, it's only going to be able to one of those 3, so that's always a mine then. Nice. A 1, huh? L shape, L shape. Ah, this 2 and this 2 go together. This 1, 3 go together. Done. Okay, it was just that beginning, but let's be honest. It was a drawing. I just did not see that was an X underneath, okay? I thought it was a circle. So sue me, I didn't draw it big enough. I wouldn't count that as a cheat. Especially because I figured out the rest of it on my own. That's what I feel like we have to prove a lot, so let's just start with the basics. There we go. Wait. There. Alright, so anything I can prove now within the yellow, it's most likely going to be accurate. Alright, interesting how there's a lot of like different correlations with things. Alright, good. That's everything I can do there. Next. Alright, that one's in suspect. What else? Ah, that's gonna form an L shape right here. So this is a mine. That was in a different suspect. This is why I mark them off. This one mine right here is doing all of this. All those. All those 4. Actually, 5. That's crazy. And that's all I can prove. Alright, time for the next one. Or if I said this wasn't being mine. Alright. Alright, this is still a mine. Which means all this is immediately proven. So even though technically, like, yes, this 3 is broken, it still technically proves it, though. So that's funny to think about. Alright, there's only one method left, and that's right here. The L shape here again. Alright, I've proven one spot right here. Never mind, I proved 2 spots. What else? Technically, these do prove this is a 3rd. Unfortunately, this is a possible spot, so I cannot prove these are 2. But I proved 1, 2, 3 spots. Wow, that revealed so much information, guys. That was so useful. Oh, good lord, man. Good lord. So now if I do this, not only can I just... I can only do one of these, which is fine, but... that clears up a lot quickly. There you go. Oh, wait. I almost forgot this spot here, too. Alright, let's see what stays the same. Alright, this 3 is suddenly broken. So anything in the red is disproven. Alright, we have an L here. So these are being proven right here. Also, technically, this says a mine is being proven. I'm not seeing anything else. Alright, so let's say it's not a mine. In which case, this would be a mine. Mainly, that proves this is broken and this is broken. And then it immediately breaks this. So this is the only combination you can do if this isn't a mine. So this is the only three patterns that work. And coincidentally, they all involve this little mine spot. So there, we just proved 3 things. This is mine, and these are safe. And now you can notice that there's a 1 there, so that's actually going to help me because I believe there are 2 variants, in which case none of those were ever anything. So let's see what those were. All right. Block 1, block 2, block 3. That destroys this 2, ergo this cannot be done. There you go. That's 1 we can't do. So if I can't do it here, then let me try it this way. I cannot. This 3 is destroyed. There's only one method left that I can do with this being a mine. It's right here. This is working. Only one of those could be a mine. Doesn't tell me where it is, though. What if this was a mine? Then this wouldn't be a mine, and then you have to do both of these as mines. Break in the 1, break in the 2. That can't be a mine. Ergo, that's a safe spot. So this is a mine. Alright, cool. Nothing else I can prove there. But one thing I just proved is that all 3 of these are safe. And here's why. This is the only solution in which this could be a mine. Ergo, if it wasn't a mine, you need to be a mine right here, and then there would have to be one mine here. Awesome. Sweet. All right, I think try this, and then there's 2 mines here. All right, cool. If it was here, then what happens? Nothing. So I think I'll just erase all that extra stuff that got added. Yeah, I'll just erase it. All right, now anything in relation to this is always true. That's never mine. Awesome. Also, that's never mine. Also, this is always a mine. All right, cool, 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 cool. All right. So it's either one of these. Let me just try this one. See what happens. Actually, hold on. This one goes with the... Nah, it doesn't have to. Never mind, never mind. I was about to say it goes with it, but I'm like, no, that's not... Doesn't have to be true, pal. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now, anything we prove with the yellow is always true. So it's one of these. No, it doesn't have to be. All right, this 2 is broken, so the red is impossible. Which means everything just got nowhere. So the only way this can't be a mine is if this was a mine. So let's see why or why not that is possible. Okay, this one definitely goes with this 3, so this always has to be a mine. All right, that's always safe. Awesome. Okay, this 2 goes with the 1, so this is a never This was always a mine. This 3 can be done. That's always safe. Also, it proves that this is always a mine. So that's always safe. Ooh, look at the pattern and the chain going on that. Look at it go. 5 mines remaining, huh? Alright, so it's one or the other. What if it's here? Ah, broken, eh? Alright, that's safe. What else? What if this was mine? Then there's only 2 more spots you can do it. There you go. Alright, cool. These are very fun. L shape, L shape. There you go. A 0 is just incredible. Whenever you see a 0, it's such a game changer. L shape. One goes with the 2. L shape. What else? I think I gotta just draw at this point. Yeah, just draw it. Alright, can I try it with the 1? Maybe? See what happens. Four left. This is what would happen. Because of this 1. Alright, anything I can prove with the yellow is in questioning. I don't include the 1 just yet because that will only be proved at the very end. L shape here. This is in questioning very badly, especially because of this being a mine. Yeah, that's very interesting. You would also question this technically because of this being a mine or this being a mine. And it does in correlation with this as well, so that's very fun to note. Very fun indeed. One, 2, 3. One of those is a mine, meaning this is always a mine. Nothing else comes into mind when you can see this. So the rest of the clues would probably help you solve it. Actually, never mind. That's a safe spot. I misread that. That's a 4, not a 5. It's clearly a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so these are in questioning. So what happens if this becomes a mine? We break said chain. Alright, this 3 is not being satisfied because this is an L shape. So everything in the red is proven, which would be safe, safe, safe. Alright, we have a 1 and a 1. So this is a mine always. Safe, safe, bam, bam, bam. Safe, done. Wow, that's fun. 7 times 7 is next. How long have we been doing this? We have gone over an hour. I suppose we could end it here. This was fun. The little anti-knights variant. Very fun variant, in my opinion. Definitely one of the better ones I played. And even though this was like a normal video, and some of these were tricky. Like the whole time, I did not find myself feeling like a brain ache or a headache or even just levels of frustration. Like if I go here and I do this, I go through and I'm like, oh God, what the hell? Whoa. No 3 in a rows. I get that. That makes sense. One of these are mine. Does this always have to be a mine? Like, what if I prove that this wasn't a mine? Yeah, it does work. The spot's in question. The spot's in question. Yeah, and that does have to happen. Like, one of these has to be mine. There you go. 2 of the 3. I don't know. Alright, there's only one other way to do it, where if this was a mine, what would happen? One of these are mine, and then what? I don't know, man. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3. Double X again. Awesome. Ah, the 2 and the 3 go together. 5? Nah, I can't prove the 5 without anything else. We've already tried this. No, I don't see any other thing I can do with that. Well, what if I try it the other way? Two of those are mine. It doesn't help me anywhere, though. That's the thing. Only one of these can be mine, so one of these has to be mine, but I don't know where. I don't see what I'm supposed to try and do. You could even just say it's both of these, and then what happens? I don't understand. Yeah, see, this is why I'm saying, like, the anti-night variant doesn't get me as frustrated. Like, I'm looking through this, and I'm already feeling the frustration. I'm already feeling the brain pain. I'm already going through the steps, and I'm like, something's definitely wrong here. I think I just gotta go through all the paces of this at that point. I'm not gonna do that yet. I'll be back on that some other day. I don't know. I really like this variant. Even like the 3 in a row. It's not as brutal. One and then one mine. Then you need to do a 3 in a row here. Safe. If this was a mine, how on earth are you going to do a 3 in a row? All right, can't do a 3 in a row this way or this way, so you got to continue it this way. 3 in a row here. If this was a mine, this would have to be a 3 in a row. 4 mines left. Chain of 3. Well, if I went up here now, I'm not doing that chain, so this is good. And then this would be good. All right, cool. So now what if I said that this wasn't a mine? So just know that all this is in correlation to what is available for this spot. That's really interesting to note, actually. All right, so it would either be this is a mine or this is a mine. So all these 3 spots are safe again. Look at that. We're already done. Because the 1's got to go with the 4. So this is safe. And then boom, boom. All right, well, if this was a mine, there's no chain you can make. There you go. See, that was easy. I don't know why. I'm just telling you, like, some of these variants, they may require a lot of thinking, but they're not as complicated. I guess it kind of makes sense now when I'm going through it. Like, the triplet unlocked these 2 new variants, probably because they're so freaking tough. I wonder if any of these will unlock anything else. Nah, like, I can understand. Those are kind of simple. What? But what about this one? I thought the X would be able to unlock that or something. Yeah, there's the X, W, and E. Unless I did the triplet. Yeah, I did the triplet 3 to unlock it. So do you think that W, X, and E will unlock another variant? Actually, wait. There's no T comma. Wait. What's an easy one to do? The snake is easy. Hold on a moment. Oh, holy crap, that is so easy. All right, we gotta continue the snake here, or it's just the end of it. It's either here or here. What if it's here? Then you gotta continue the snake of this, or I could just like go all the way around. Would I? Snake begins here. Well, I can't end it here, so that's where I gotta. The Last Kids on Earth. You want to continue watching it? I'll watch it on my own time, bro. Netflix, you don't need to tell me this stuff. I'll do it on my own time. You don't need to remind me. I know to continue watching it. I'll watch it on my own pace. Thank you very much. To 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is exactly another 5. So 5 and 5, that makes 12. Okay, that one does work. Actually, hold on. And I pieced that one slowly, Degler, so that is the only way possible to do the snake. Fun how I did that, right? Fun. All right, hold on. You're not ever going back here or here. So that's interesting to note. What would I do now? Like going around and whatnot. Oh, well, this is the head and tail. So again, the same method applies where this and this continues the chain. 2, 2, 8 remaining. Okay, so I can go 3 and then 7. Yeah, it's off. The chain number is off. Ergo, the red does not work ever. Once you see that number is odd and not even, or just something of the sort, you know it's always wrong. And that's the only way I can prove that one correct. So if it was the 2, it was here and here. Wait, I just proved that the red can't never be a mine. There you go. Okay, these two go together. Ah, and also you can't do the snake back here now. There you go. All right, that ends the body. Awesome. Let's start with this. This is the only way this could be a mine. Also, if this could ever be a mine. 3. Then you gotta continue the chain this way because that's the only way you could do it ever. Ah, you got the exact count left right here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Another 4. Okay, 8 plus 3. That is 11. This is exact. This can never be a mine. So much for that idea. It does prove that this snake, though, works. So that is impressive. Also, one more thing. The only other thing I can note is that if you ever wanted this to be mine, these are both mines. All right, so let's try this here. Oh, look, we have another free safe spot because this is a tail and this is a tail. Ah, so you know what? If those are both tails, this does prove this right here as well. Awesome to note. Very awesome. It also continues. Nice. Nice, nice. Nice. All right, it's a thing of 3. So saying that this was a mine, then you'd have to do an exact chain of 2. And it would be here. It's wrong. There you go. See, they're just easier, some of these. I don't know why. Okay, nope, that one doesn't unlock anything else. Damn. It was worth trying. It was worth trying. Maybe cross will unlock one? How easy are cross? Cross are somewhat easy. This 2 go with this 2. 1. Okay, now these 2 go together. This one, does it have to go with that one? No. This one, go with the 2. I saw one spot off. Sorry, my bad. All right, just restart. It's not that far off. We were. Four. Um. Two left. I don't know. I think I actually gotta do some weird logic right now with this. Strange. You never thought you'd be doing that. Four, no. There's only two ways to do it. This way and this way. And then this two would go this way. Breaking the one. There you go. There you go. There you go. Hold on. Ow! Cramp, 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 cramp. Hey, you. I think I just gotta do it based off of one or the other. Ah, this two is broken. Awesome. This four would be finished. There you go. Alright, just try one more. See how easy you can do it. Yeah, no. That's gonna take a while to do. Alright, goodbye. It's interesting though, like there's all these variants over here that are like you don't know about. I wonder like how many there are like this. Like I know there's these, but how do you unlock them? I'm sure we'll get more overall at the end, so I feel like, you know what? Nah. I mean, we got that after doing like two, so I feel like they spaced it out like that accordingly. So we'll just go off of them normally, and then when we find the variants, we find the variants. We'll be next episode, probably finishing off the Anti-Knight, or continuing the reverse triplet. So yeah. Also, I want to see the save data. Did we beat this yet? No, we have not yet beat my other save. Wow, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, I also forgot you can change like the appearances. Let me know if you want to see any of those. I just like the basic one though. All right, there we go. Very interesting how far we're going. I don't think I need to edit much of this out, to be honest. I feel like we pretty much did a lot of thinking throughout it, and even then after, some of it was just like little mini pauses here and there. So, don't think there'll be much editing I have to do on this one. I'll just export it, make sure the size is right and whatnot, and then get it out to you. But the Minecraft video, though, I need to do in Clipchamp because we're still not done with it. But once I finish it with this last video of Minecraft on my weeks 2 to 4, we will be officially done with Clipchamp forever. And I can just move straight to DaVinci. And then I got a recording of Minecraft that I recorded so long ago. It's got 5 hours of recording on there. So, I mean, I don't want it to be 5 videos. So, because there's just a lot of like repeating and stuff on that one, I believe. But I might have to make it 5 videos because I want it to be like each video is about an hour or so, no longer than over an hour. So like, if a video got to like an hour 30 minutes, I feel like that would be too long. I feel like that would be really ridiculous, But I digress. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this little video. And if you've still not seen the anti-night variant, then I definitely recommend going to that video first before seeing this one. It's the video that says triples and unlocking new variants. That was my very first reaction to this variant because I'd never seen it before, and I was so stoked, and I still love it to death. This is by far one of the greatest variants I've ever gotten. And there's a bit more explanation I did about like the relations as to why I like it so much. But anyway, I hope you have a great day. I will see you next time. Sorry not to be doing so much recording today, but I feel like we just gotta get some more Minecraft videos out there. It seems more important, especially with all the updates and whatnot that they're doing. Anyway, go check out those videos for more of an explanation and whatnot. And I will see you next time. Peace out, gamers. Have a great day.